Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to H Capture Live. I'm your host, Mr. Bridgeforth, and I have with me a very special guest, family friend, Mr. Ali, the greatest music producer.
Yes, yes,
Um,
yes, yes, yes.
how you doing, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
I
It's,
just
it's
see you at Thanksgiving. We was grubbing and
that's a
drinking,
big
so we
fact.
was good.
That's a big fact, man. I was
Mhm.
trying to stay away from that couch, but it got me. And
Yeah, man. Yeah,
ah,
yeah. I ate that food for like 2 or 3 days.
yo,
Tosh had that stuff in there, and Mella
you know,
got busy, so that's
you
what's
know
up.
what's crazy? I ain't even get no leftovers, bro.
No, you didn't get a plate?
Cause I stayed at Auntie Mella's the night of, and then I got
Okay.
up early the next morning and just I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
dipped.
You gotta get
And
back to
on my
work.
way back to the house, I'm like, yo, you didn't get no leftovers.
Yeah, man. You
So
got
I
it.
was sitting.
That's the first thing. I was like, let me get that plate. She
I
already
was
had that
sick.
set up. Tosh was getting me some stuff. So I was like, nah, we gonna and then we had Tosh made some food. She always makes food for here and then when we go. So
Oh,
she
okay,
had food
okay.
already like on both spots. But that's the way it is. We
Fire, fire.
all right. So today, the way the show is going to be broken down, we're going to be asking a couple of questions about your artistic career, being a producer, engineer. We're also
Okay.
going to be talking a little bit about sports, and then we're going to do a what's called a rapid fire questions at the end. We're going to break down certain things. You're going to say this or that, like if you like
Oh,
hot
fire.
dogs and hamburgers, and then we're going to do a
Okay.
little plug in at the end, anything social media and anything like that for what's going on for the fans.
Dope. Let's
All
get
right.
it. Let's
All
get
right.
it.
So first question. How'd you get into music producing?
Oh man. Shoot, you want the long story or the short story?
As long as much as you want, bro. Because like I said, a lot of people, and I know your history. We're family friends. So like,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
for all the fans, give them as much as you can. Insight, education. That's what it's about.
For sure. So it really for me it starts with my grandfather. My
Mhm.
grandfather's a jazz musician, so at an early age, I was always in the mix with him, at jam sessions and his rehearsals and stuff. So I've always, been around it. He's also the what started us as entrepreneurs. And when I say
Okay.
us, my mom and uncles and everybody of that in that nature. So early on, I knew that I had that foundation, you know
Yep.
what I mean? But I also knew that I didn't necessarily want to be, a rapper or a singer, you know what I mean? I
Hmm.
always admired like the business aspect of things, period. You
Yep.
know what I mean? So you take that, you mix that with the, the musicality of it. It was just like, okay, I need to enter in the business aspect of it, but I still want to be creative at the same time. How do I do that? So fast forward a little longer, I link up with two of my cousins. Shout out Rod the producer, shout out Iggy Beats. Um,
Big shout out. Big shout out.
killing it right now. You know what I'm saying? I love those dudes. But so they started what we have today called undeniable music. You know what I'm saying? Undeniable music on the
Okay.
shirt, real quick, you know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep. Yep.
But
Yep.
so they started undeniable music, and me being around, especially with Iggy, like, that's my brother, right hand. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Especially the prime years of that time, everywhere you saw Iggy, you saw Ali. Everywhere you saw Ali, you saw Iggy. So it was just like, all right. Then they started really working close together, and I was like, okay, cool. So my first role with them was I was handling the business aspect. I was, doing branding and doing,
Mhm.
promo and social media and, connecting the dots. So it was like, all right, cool. Um, Fast forward a little more, it was just like, all right. Then I started to kind of get a little bit more hands-on. I started, producing myself. I started making my own beats, and I was like, oh, okay, like this is kind of dope. So I fell in love with it, and then we formed Undeniable Music, and then it's been UDM from there. So we've had studios together, we've had shows together, we
Yep.
worked
Yep.
with
Yep.
artists together. And then as we got older and stuff, we branched off and did our own thing. We still come together and collab on certain projects. So that's pretty much the lump
The
sum
big.
of the story. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. That's what's up. I love to hear like the origin stories. A lot of people the main thing is like a lot of people they see the success. Like I see your
Yeah.
success. I see what you're doing.
Mhm.
If people don't know, you're involved with a lot of different things. It's not just the music end. You got you're a musician by heart. I see you
Right.
doing like the blues, the jazz. You're involved with the
Yeah.
clothing and branding and stuff like that. So that's the other end a lot of people don't pay attention to. You know, they
Right,
see the
right,
success,
right.
but they don't understand the grind behind all that stuff. So that's a good way to like showcase that. And it's always good to like understand where people come from. So for the new people that are coming up, they
Yeah.
look to you and they're looking for guidance. That's the whole point. You know what I mean? For me, on this platform. So going into that, who is your favorite producer engineer? There was someone that kind of inspired you in that regard. I know in terms of like the business and everything, but like in the way that you sample your beats, the way that you make, you know, different tracks and things like that, who was your inspiration?
Early on, I studied Timbaland. I studied, you know, guys like Pete Rock, guys like Havoc of Mal D,
Mm-hmm.
guys like shoot, we can go. I studied everybody pretty much. You know what I'm saying? The Kanye's, the Swiss Beats, you know, it was just like what I used to do is and even like back to when, you know, CDs were a thing, like I used to go through the credits and see, you know, who did what. You know what I'm saying? This was mixed by this person, that was mastered by that person, that was arranged by that. So that's kind of what helped me in my terminology and knowing what was what the difference between a mix and a master was, what arrangement meant, and you know what like session musicians were and stuff. You know what I mean? So that really helped me like understand and break the dynamic to say like, okay, you know, a producer is this and not just that. You know what I mean? Like, somebody who makes the beat isn't necessarily a producer. You know what I'm saying? There's sometimes producers don't even touch anything musical. You know what I mean? So it's just like, all right. But even like now, like I'll study. I like to really. So I have really like a small circle. You know what I mean? Especially like I hang around a lot of musicians, you know what I'm saying? So again, you know, shout out to Raj, shout out to Iggy, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lish 2X, shout out to, you know, the Aki on the blocks, you know, just people that are like in my circle that I can say, oh, okay, well that's dope. Like I like going to, you know, other studios and being around other creatives and just watching how they work. You know what I mean?
And then you kind of see how they get their inspiration. And you
right.
take that's like an artist, right? Any artist, they take something from one artist and they make it a part of what they are. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't copy. You're not a person that like copies them and then does the same thing. You take certain pieces. That's just inspiration. You know what
Simple
I mean?
like that. Cause it's like, and that's something that I've learned too. It's like, cause it's easy to get caught up in someone else's process or someone else's sound or whatever it is, but it's like you gotta be you at the same time and allow you to be you too. So you don't want to like, you know, like you said, copy or, you know, do certain things, but by all means, you know, hip hop is based off of sampling and copying.
It's a
and
collaboration. You're making it from this, you taking that. Like Diddy made a career out of just creating an old sound, making it a new sound, and that's the point. You know what I mean? That's the artistic part. Like, how did you make that sound like this, and why is that? Why are they both relevant?
Right.
That's the main thing. How are they both relevant at the same time?
Exactly. So keeping the relevance, keeping the you know, the authenticity of it, but just keeping it balanced at the same time, and then making it you. You know what I mean? So like, you know, learning and mastering all of those things was, you know, a challenge too. You know what I'm saying? But once it was done, it was just like, okay, I can do that. Or you know, because it's a mental thing as well. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, you don't want to get caught up into, oh, I'm sounding like this one, or I'm looking like that one, or it's like, you know, you want to be, you know, you. So
yeah. Okay, that's what's up. Who is if you had a challenge with this particular thing? I know that you work with a lot of different artists. What is the hardest challenge that you can see as a producer? Like actually making a track that works. What's the challenge behind that, or what have you seen in the past?
Shoot, when you say challenge, like
you know, when you make something, you know that's a hit. Somebody's gonna get on that, and that's gonna be a hit. Like, how do you make multiple successes with your sounds and things like that?
I would say really staying current.
Okay.
Staying current and paying attention and getting outside. Like, you gotta go to the club sometimes. You gotta go to the lounges. You gotta have the youth around you too to like know what the new trends are and you know who the new artists are. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to be like, Like, shoot, my studio's like my house. You know what I'm saying? Like the couch, the like the lights. You know what I mean? Like I'm chilling. Like
chilling, yeah.
I could easily spend a week in here and not even know it. Like I've
Mhm.
done it pretty much before. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep,
come
yep,
home
yep.
time, oh, it's over. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Ordering food right to the door. It's coming.
Uh-huh.
Like,
That's
that's
what's
it.
up.
But so like being outside and like being, around and then like networking and stuff as well.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I say all of those things, as a start, but also too, like don't be not being afraid to try new things.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like just because you've never done it before doesn't mean that you can't do it. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like take drill for example. Like when drill
Hmm.
first became a thing, it was like, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't really like drill music.
Yeah,
I like to
yeah.
make, you know what I mean? Like I like
Yep,
to make
yep, yep.
music I make and then that's it.
Hmm.
But at the same time, it's like, this is what's going on right now.
And that, and then it's like, okay, if I because I don't like that, that creates more of a challenge for
Right.
you because it's like, can I make a track that's that and it's
Yeah.
dope and it's
Yeah.
something that I didn't like? You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
that's
Right.
how I would look at it. Like a lot of times when I'm dealing with like different projects that I'm working on, it's like I know I can do that. I know that's what's popular or that's the trend, but like,
Right.
can I do something like that and be successful at it? You know,
Exactly.
especially from
Exactly.
the artistic end. So,
Also, too, something that I like struggle with to this
mhm.
day is like dumbing it down. Like,
Okay.
like it's like it's tough. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
hold you. You know what I mean? Because there's millions of sounds out there. There's
Yep.
millions
Yep.
of different things and arrangements and ways that you can, make a record. One
Mhm.
record, like you can
Yep.
take one beat and then make it 10. Like
Yep. Yep.
I've done it.
Yep.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? So it's
Yep.
like, but it's like at the same time, and no shade or disrespect to certain artists out there, but a lot of the
Mhm.
artists, aren't uh 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 aren't receptive to the complexity of where
Yeah.
music can go.
Yeah.
You
You
know
could.
what I'm
You could.
saying?
You could say it. They're not. They don't have the. They don't have the capability. It's like the beat is super is overshadowing their talent. Like you need
Right.
something as simple for their how they sound. And that's a
Exactly.
lot of like the old school hip hop heads. We're like in the 90s, we're thinking like there's no lyricist no more. There's nobody that can actually make a story. It's all the same sound.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's hard. I mean, like for you, challenging. Like when someone comes in, they say, I want to make a track. It's like I got all these sounds, but what do you want to make? Most people come in and do the same.
The same thing. I'm like, you sure you don't want us? Like, nah,
Yeah,
that's fire right there.
that's
Mind you,
fun.
it'll be like one sound, one hi-hat, one clap, the kick, 808, and that's it.
Done. Done. That's it. And it
But
could be a hit. That's what I mean.
right,
Yeah,
right.
it could be a hit.
But it's funny because it'll be those that'll get
Yep.
played. It'll
Yep.
be
And they'll
those
get
that'll get picked up.
and the ones that they got all these samples and different sound. People are like, oh, it's too much. I can't.
Like
It's the
this beat,
generation. I think nowadays it's hard to kind of keep everybody focused. But it's as an engineer, I think for you, it's a blessing that you're able to do both. You know what I mean? A lot of people are coming up and they only have that one type of sound, so they can only make that. You know what I mean? So
that's a big
what's up.
fact.
What's up?
Yeah.
Any current projects that you're working on? Any artists that you're working on right now? What is your current like workflow?
So shoot, I just moved into a new studio space.
Mm-hmm.
Hence where we're in now. So that's really been my main focus. Somewhat of like a rebranding, somewhat of like, kind of making it, operate on its own when it comes to, client sessions and recording. But a couple of artists I'm working with, shout out to Lish 2X from Harlem.
Yep.
Dope female MC. The pen is ridiculous. She brings a mature, classy, or I should say, clatchet sound.
Okay.
To the industry, but she does it, in essence and grace.
The right way.
But she does it with, with positivity and uplifting, women, young Black women. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, y'all out here doing this, but you don't have to, like,
Yeah, you don't got it. Yep.
As well, you know what I mean? So we've been, dropping singles, and she's been in the stew and just, building the catalog. So she should be actually dropping a project first quarter of 2023. And I'm really excited for that. Because she's someone that's like been on both sides. You know what I mean? Like she used to run with RIP to DJ K Slay,
Yeah.
legend. Early on, she, was super affiliated with him and, guys like him and, the industry, but now it's like, and she's Muslim, by the way, as well.
Okay.
So she crossed over to the other side and,
Yeah.
but still doing.
Still got that art, still got that vibe, that fire.
Right.
She got to still do that. Yeah, that's what's up.
Exactly. So we've been really finding and working to find a balance, but really between the two. Because when you look at like, quote unquote, a Muslim artist, it's like, oh, wonder what kind of music they're gonna make. You know what I mean? It's like,
it's like it's already censored. Like you can't do
right. It's like, right, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's just like, nah, we're breaking all of the rules. We doing, things our way, and and we going all the way with it. You know what I'm saying? So she's somebody I'm working with heavy. I gotta shout out my brother Tone Trump. I did his album, his whole album last year, and that was fun. That was really fun. Because I've never that was like my first. I've been Muslim my whole life, so that was my first time like working with a Muslim artist, but a Muslim artist that had Muslim everything and everybody, from security to the driver to the people that was around, the boys to the chef that would pull up sometimes. That's like it was just like, yo, how do you meet all these Muslims? Like, what's going on? Like,
where they
but
at?
It was dope. Like, it was just like a
it
was I was just like, I but nah, it was really it was a great experience. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. We released that last year. It's still doing great numbers. It's still going crazy. Shout out to Kevin Gates, who's on the album. Shout out to Jim Jones, that's on the album. Rollo, that's on the album. The Go Boy KO is on the album. Avery, the artist.
There we go.
You know what I mean? It was also, who's also Rod, the producer, by the way. That's just his artist name.
There we go.
But he's on the album as well. It's just that was a great process, but even just like now, again, the Go Boy KO, he's been cooking up crazy. So me and him, we got a couple of records coming out. Shout out to Scotty Trippin from White Plains. Shout out to Donia the Phoenix from the BX, repping Westchester as well. It's a lot of from all levels, from just the recording sessions to production stuff as well. It's I'm trying to just stay as busy as possible, and I'm really successful with that, to the point where it's just like, all right, we need to leave because I'm tired. Nah.
You know what I hear when I hear all that? I hear work. This guy is putting in work. That's all I hear. And to me, that's a blessing, and I love to hear like family getting it done.
For sure.
I pray to make sure that you just get an abundance of more and more challenging things, more and more things that are coming your way, bro. Because you're doing it. I told you that Thanksgiving. I see you. I keep my eye on you. I know you're doing your thing. Just keep going. Just keep going.
I appreciate that.
And I like the way that you orchestrate your stuff. You know what I mean? It like you're doing it from an artistic end, but then you're also doing it from a professional end. When you don't get that on both ends, you know what I mean? From most producers, either you real hood, and it's like, I ain't gonna go over there, or you too commercial, where it's like, nothing's authentic. I like the blend. I like the authenticity. So keep it up. I
appreciate that.
Love it. So we're gonna talk next. We're gonna talk a little bit about sports, and then we're gonna get into the rapid fire questions.
Let's do it.
The Patriots are your team. We talked.
Yes. Yes. I didn't tell you why though. I didn't tell you why.
Okay.
This is my team. Now, like we spoke about this, but for the record and for the audience out there. So I grew up playing baseball, right? I was a big baseball head. Baseball was like the first passion, like, before music was recognized. And, shout out to my Uncle Rob. He, baseball fanatic, athletic guru, god, in that realm. So he was like one of my first role models at the same time. So it's like, I want to do what he does and be with him, So baseball was like number one. So I had to be about 9 or 10, and we at my cousin's house. And shout out to my cousin Kevin out there in Atlanta. We had his house. His house was like the spot when we was young. You know what I mean? Like he was. So it was like PS3 at the time. It had to be like PS3 at the time. So Madden is going on, and I'm like,
Yep.
it's like, Madden. It's like, all right,
Uh,
cool. Put on MLB The Show or something like that. You know what I mean? Put on 2K.
yeah.
Even,
Put on something. Put on something.
Yeah, they playing Madden.
You ain't got Madden yet. That's what happened. You ain't
Right. So this day I did. So here's what happened. So I'm in the mix. I'm playing whatever. Like he was killing everybody. It was like he just wouldn't get off the sticks at all. He was killing everybody. So he finally lost to, I forgot who he lost to, but he lost to somebody, and then it was my turn to play the person that beat him. So I'm like 0-3 at this time already. So I'm just like, all right, what team am I gonna pick? Everybody always said something about, oh, you picking that team or you picking it. Like it didn't matter. Like what team you picked. It was just like, oh, you only picking him because that person play on the team, whatever. So I'm like, let's be logical and let's be smart. I think God that I had a brain at that time. So I'm like, we're gonna pick the team that's the best team.
Yeah.
Makes
perfect sense.
Patriots was 99. Their overall rating was 99. I was like, I want them.
Yeah.
I walked out of there with a 1-3 record after that. So ever since then, Patriots has been my team.
That's how it is. I mean, like everybody has their own thing. You know what I mean? So it's like when you hear and it gets real, like in certain groups, it gets real serious. Like some people, they take that football, the legacy, and the athletes and stuff like that. So when I always ask people about what they like, their teams, I always like to see where it came from. You know what I mean? Some people are bandwagon Patriot fans. Brady was on, and then now Brady ain't. So now they're like, I'm gonna put the jersey away. I'm gonna go try to rock over here. So it's like I like to hear their origins, especially with the Patriots, because of how big they got in a short period of time. They were just winning everything. They beat everybody. So it is what it is. With that being said, with the Patriots, and the changing of everything like that, Belichick's still there. What do you think is something that they need to be successful for the end of this season and then next season?
Well, I look at any sport really, but I look at sports and specifically Patriots. I look at them. It starts with the business of it. It starts with the front office, or who's in who's the coaching, what's going on there. I look at all of those aspects first. So Bill Belichick, legend. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if he can keep it up for the next couple of years and continue to do what he does, and continue to lead his coaching staff to how and how he's led his coaching staff, I think they'll be all right. But again too, when you talk like GM, general management and all of that, just don't make the wrong moves.
And I think there's a lot of pressure on him because of how high the standard is. It's like everybody expects, because this was a big deal that was going on with him and Brady. It was like who is more valuable? Is it the team more of a Brady team, or is it more of a Belichick team? Can Belichick do it without him? And then when Brady went to the Bucs and then he won, it was like, well, he don't need Belichick. You know what I mean? So everybody's like, okay, where are you at now? Where's your team? If they're not doing well, how long? That's when the GM starts saying, look, like maybe it might be your time to go. You know what I mean? So it's a lot there with them. So definitely I figure that makes sense. Coaching, GM, that makes sense. Okay, so we're gonna go into the rapid fire questions now. So these are just questions, so you can pick either like this or that. You can elaborate on it if you like, but it's basically like I'll ask you a question like hamburgers or hot dogs, just for some people to get an idea of what you like.
Got you. Let's do it.
So first question, better franchise, Yankees or Red Sox?
Yankees.
What's up, Yankees? I knew I liked you. I knew who was family.
Yankees, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say shout out to the Red Sox because if Yankees have set a model, for everyone in every sports team to really, emulate. And again, starts with the management and the ownership, really, family owned ownership still to this day. You know what I mean? So definitely the Yankees.
Yankees, that's what's up. Better player, Kobe or LeBron?
Oh man. Early. That's kind of early.
I gotta hit you with something.
Oh man. Shoot. It's just either or. There's no like both or nothing.
Not in the middle. Nope.
Oh man. I'm going to say LeBron.
LeBron. Okay.
And R.I.P. Kobe. I'm
Yeah, of
I'm
course,
a
of
I'm
course.
a I'm a I'm a huge Kobe fan as well as I am LeBron. You know what I mean? But when I look at LeBron and again going back to like his business model and everything
Yep,
that he's
yep,
doing outside of basketball and just everything that he represents, like especially for the culture, it's like
yep, yep.
I gotta go
Love
with
LeBron.
LeBron.
That's
You
what's
know?
up. That's what's up. I mean, like I said, that question is hard for most people. It's just like Kobe
Definitely.
and Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? Like the idea of like having them is
Mhm.
usually hard. That's why I gotta give it to you. I gotta ask.
Right. But again, Kobe, like his work ethic was,
Ridiculous.
ridiculous from like day one and consistent all the way up until, the tragedy and all that. So it was like, just, yeah, the stories that I've heard and the history that I've like done on him, it was just like different, bro.
Yep.
But yeah, definitely LeBron.
That's what's up. Better artist. This is like a musician or artist.
Mhm.
Prince or Michael Jackson?
Wow, you shoot. I'm glad we're not drinking after these, like on drink champs or something, because I'd be kind of
Not yet. That's for the next time. That's for the next time.
Wow. So I'm gonna be a little biased.
Okay.
I've studied Michael Jackson a lot more than I've studied Prince.
Prince. Okay.
I'm well aware of Prince and the legendariness and everything that he's brought to the table, and but when it comes to like someone like a Michael Jackson that's came up with the group, the Jackson 5, and dealing with everything that he's dealt with on the come up, and even like after, it's like then when you look at his music, but also too, I pay attention to the people that he's had around him, the Quincy Joneses, of the nature. There was a story that Quincy had said, I forget where it was, and I forget what song it was, but I believe it was Thriller. Thriller was, maybe it wasn't Thriller, but we're just gonna say it was. So Thriller was done prior to, but it wasn't called Thriller yet. Quincy heard and I don't even know if it was Thriller, but he heard what he heard as the producer of working with him at that time, and did his thing, made his arrangements, they re-released it, and then it became what it was. You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes it's not like the person itself, but it's like who you have around you.
Just like kind of builds you up,
telling you to, what I mean? So Michael Jackson.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So the next one is a little bit more complicated. If you ever got into a fight, okay, this is a physical fight. You go to a bar and somebody's trying to fight you. You get to choose one of these people, but your opponent gets the other person, okay? So one of these two people, but the other guy that you're fighting gets the other person to help fight him.
Okay.
Tyson or Holyfield?
I'm going Tyson. I'm definitely going Tyson.
That's an easy answer.
You know what I'm saying? And if you out there watching Big Brother, no disrespect, but you ain't biting my ear.
Yeah.
You're not even getting close. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're not. You know what I mean? But also too, like more serious note, like Tyson was like, Tyson was that dude. Like, I just watched actually the series on Hulu. Forget what it's called exactly.
Did you like it? A lot of people were kind of like, they mixed opinions about it though.
I did. Overall, I did. I could see why people would have mixed opinions about it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, the like kind of somewhat of the way it was done or could have been done. I still think they did a good job on it, telling the story. And it's like those are tough because it's like you can't really, especially
he has a very intricate story where you could go either way. You could make it real bad, you can make it a success thing. Like Jamie Foxx is doing another one. I guess he's doing that. That's gonna be dope.
That's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
One, because it's Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
One, you know what I mean? Like I still get chills when I watch Ray.
Yeah, you don't even like Jamie Foxx is an artist that literally, to me, is probably one of the most talented people ever because he can make you think that he's somebody else. Like literally, I was watching Ray and I forgot what Ray really looked like. I thought it was. I was like, wait a minute, that's Jamie Foxx. You know what I mean? And sound like him, act like him, move like him.
Right.
And his work ethic, he's a separate. We can talk about him all night.
Definitely.
Like
But yeah, definitely Mike Tyson.
okay.
Yeah, he was just that dude, and he had the skill, he had the work ethic, he had the, the will to, do what he needed to do. So, yeah.
With Tyson. All
Yeah.
right. Last one. This is more of like the comic book stuff.
Okay.
Marvel or DC?
Hmm. I would say Marvel.
Yeah.
I would say Marvel. I like what they've been doing with their movies over the last few years. You know,
Yeah. DC's not. They haven't been up to par.
they haven't really been up to par. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like you gotta DC, you gotta get outside. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You gotta do something. You gotta do
Yeah.
something.
Marvel's making it happen. Shout out to Marvel.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
You know?
Okay. So we're gonna close with any social media links. Where can people find you if they're looking look you up to work with you, know your story? Where can they find you social media wise?
For sure. So I'm heavy on Instagram. Instagram is like my number one platform. I'm on all of them, but Ali underscore the greatest. That's Ali underscore THEGREATEST on Instagram. Hope I spelled that right. I think I did. But and again, that's all across the board. TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, all of that. AliTheGreatest.com is on the way.
Okay.
So that'll be a hub and a platform for people to to book sessions, to see my discography, to buy beats and merch and all of that good stuff. But for right now, hit me on the gram. I respond, or somebody from the team will get to you. Then from that page, the studio Instagram is linked to that page as well. So yeah, that's where we at.
All right, brother. I appreciate you being on the show. I thank you always. And like I said, anything you need from my end, let me know. I always got you. I pray. I want you to just keep going, just keep moving, keep positive, and great things for you, great success. That's why I pray for you all the time.
I appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. All right, bro. I'll see you at the next time we're gonna get some drinks.
Say that.
All right, man. I'll check you later, man.
Yes, sir.